Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Carol from Practical Mystic. Finally, as promised, I am going to be doing a video on colors and color symbology and how they relate to the tarot. First, let's understand that color has its own vibration, its own property, and its own frequency. And we're going to relate the universal interpretations of colors to the tarot and how they play into helping us interpret what they mean, what that color symbolizes in the images and the pictures, and hopefully get a better understanding of why the builders of the Ataman and the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn did what they did by putting in color to give us a greater insight into another esoteric science. Color is fascinating. We know that with every day, how it influences us, the clothes that we choose, how we feel, advertisement and how they use color to entice us, to get us to buy something. It goes on and on. So let's start. Of course, our first primary color is red, and believe me, it is used heavily in the tarot cards. Now, what does red mean? Well, think of passion, think of energy, think of power, think of purposefulness, think of willpower. And also it has to do with the male energy and also the conscious mind. So it's an active color, and red is really the first color that a child sees because of the range of its spectrum on the color scale. So let's look at red in the tarot and all those things that I just said. It is a masculine, it is a powerful energy. It also can indicate danger, lust, love, happiness. So it is dualistic in nature. We're going to start out with the magician, because who better to have willpower than the magician? We also have it here in the Ten of Cups, because I want you to see how the Ten of Cups, which we know relates to happiness, family, the rainbow, the red roof on the homes indicate contentment and happiness. We also see it here in the Four of Wands, where we have a celebration taking place, and the castle behind the two ladies have red roofs, and another indication of celebrating the results of hard work and labor, and it is now bringing them joy. We also see it in the Queen of Pentacles. She has her robe in red. She is passionate about what she does and what she represents. And we also see it in the Justice card. Okay, so red, our first color. Our second color is yellow. When you see yellow in the tarot, I want you to think of, yes, sunshine, because it does have to do with that energy. And also think about intellect and intuition, because yellow stimulates our brain. Do you remember, and probably you still use today, the yellow pad? Well, there's a reason why that paper is colored yellow. It stimulates the creative ability of our mind, and it activates it, and sometimes we become very oral in what we communicate, because if we think it, we usually say it. So in the tarot, we see yellow, our sunshine, and you also look at the rays of the sunshine, indicating how the vitality of the sun invigorates our physical body. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. Here we see another beautiful sun with spiritual rays coming forward. It is very energetic. Nothing would grow if we didn't have sunlight. Look at the background of the Fool card, all yellow. Inspiration, thinking, intuition, activation of the consciousness. And we see it here in the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of yellow and some red. The the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, a lot of stimulation here in the page of the mind. Now, I said I was going to go back to talk about yellow having to do with the physical body. Our nervous system is supposedly connected to the vibrational rate of the color yellow. Now we look, and it correlates also with the bile system, although bile is yellowish green. Since it has to do with activating, when we see the yellow spectrum going into our eyes, it activates the nervous system, which is connected to the brain, which is connected to the spinal cord, which has to do with respiration, what has to do with muscle and muscle fatigue, and giving our body vitality. It is very important to look at that information when we think of the pentacles, because the pentacles, even though it is a coin and a pentacle, a magical coin, it also relates to the earth element, and we come from earth, so that it also is related with the physical body. So yellow is intellect, intuition, stimulates the cerebral, and we'll leave it there for a second. All right, our next color after red, which is a primary color, is blue. All right, blue is cooling. Blue is so different than what we've discussed as far as energy and vibration with red and yellow. In fact, blue subdues the intellect. When you bring blue, you start calming down. It is nurturing, it is gentle, it is devoted. Blue is also spiritually based. It makes us go inward when we see the color. So it has a contemplative and a meditative energy. Now, blue in the tarot, which I should be showing you here, is certainly depicted in the High Priestess. The Two of Swords. You have a blue sky, you have blue water, really taking up about 85% of the card. The Hermit, surrounded in blue, the meditative mind. And what I was saying earlier is blue in the tarot, and of course it's blue, represents water, but water gets its color because it's reflected from the sky, because water is clear, but it is blue in our oceans and our streams and bodies of water. In the tarot, blue represents the unconscious, where the High Priestess represents the subconscious mind, what is hidden, and the unconscious is behind her, where we are first given an indication of the stream of water that runs behind her, and in many of the other cards in the tarot. It is called a stream of consciousness because in it we carry our emotions. So water in the tarot is unconscious, it is emotional, and it has to do with the energy of the underlying energy within us. Now, Blue is unconscious, and we said red, it had to do with male energy and consciousness. Therefore, we now come to understand the first duality, or male and female energies, blue and red, masculine and feminine, also conscious and unconscious, negative and positive. So that starts the energy from the color in a way that we understand it on a mental level. So we have our three primary colors. We have red, we have yellow, and we have blue. And to take it one step deeper in the tarot, it is known as the Trinity that make up creation, or the three aspects of the human body and mind. And the hangman depicts it beautifully, because the red indicates the fiery spirit. The blue indicates the nurturing, also known as the soul in the tarot, because it has to do with the subconscious, the high priestess, the higher mind, the higher self, the hidden aspects of our divinity. And then yellow